Hello YouTubers, welcome back to another Wooden Rally review video. It's Wooden Rally review time, and today I am going to be sharing my thoughts on Emily. To be honest with everyone, I have a few mixed about this new Wooden Rally Emily, and so did other people. Some seem to like this version, and while some that don't like this version. And I can understand where they're coming from. She's controversial, I will say that. And there's definitely flaws with this model. There's definitely flaws. But before I get into that flaws, before I get into that nitpick, let me get her out of the box and and then share the positives first. So, here's Emily. Emily's face, she's really good. I like the face. I think the happy face for her suits her so well. I really don't think a sad face or angry or a shocked face would have been suitable for her, because if she was given like a shocked, sad, or angry face, then there's something to complain about, because not all characters don't need to be given that. But I do think that happy face for Emily looks really nice. And she was given the silver buffers, that's really nice. And she's got like rivets in front of her buffer beam, it's really nice. And if we look at the sides, she is given some rivets as well. Rivets there, and there's some handrails on her cab. You got that really nice firebox glow, and this time it's more of a yellowish gold, other than that dark red orange color. And right here is the brown footplate, I guess. It's really nice, and I like the big driving wheel on her. And also, I feel like for the first time in Wind Railway, she is given a correct safety valve, because the other versions of Emily, like Learning Curves version and then the Mattel one, previous Emily's, it's more like a dome other than the safety valve. You know what I'm saying? But that's really nice. And also, I really like the details at the top as well, the handrails. I really like the Season 23 details on her. Looks really nice. Let's look at her tender. Handrails, rivets, really nice on her tender. And also, she's given a number 12. And speaking of number 12, why didn't they give her a number 12 a long time ago? It's funny because Season 24 is like the finale of the television series. And she is just given a number now when Season 24 was ending, when Big World Big Adventures era wasn't doing well. And now she's just given and now she's just given a number in the final season. I don't know. Just incredibly bad decision making. Why didn't they give her a number since season 23, when the Steam team was given more details and rivets and all that stuff? If not earlier. I don't know. I don't even I don't work at the production there, so I don't know. But nice coal at the top, and one nitpick I have to say is that I don't like the space here. It just looks incredibly odd. And I do remember very well that the other previous Emily's, she's always has that circle at the back of her tender, and I'm not sure why it's not on this version, but I figured I mentioned that. So I think that's oh oh yeah. Before I end the positives, I really like the wheels on her. Nice detailed wheels, and yeah, I think that's pretty much it to say. All right. Now the biggest problem, and I think people would already know what I'm going to be talking about, is her boiler. Why on earth does she have a square boiler? Of all things. Like the first time when I saw this Emily, I'm just like, what? Why is she given a square long boiler? Like, that's not Emily. Like, And I'm gonna be honest, I can see where people are coming from. Why was she given a square boiler? I have no idea. I can't think of anything on top of my head. That's why I have mixes about this version. I mean, I like some things about this version, but at the same time, every time I look at a boiler, I'm just like, who thought a square boiler for her would work? Like, what? I don't know. I don't like it as much. I really wish they've taken their time. I really wish this was a prototype. I really do. I really wish her boiler was correct, like it was in the television series, but yeah. That is the biggest nitpick, I have to say. And also, she has no gold funnel for some reason. I'm not entirely sure why. They forgot to give her that gold lining on her funnel. I I would definitely say that's a big goof right there, but it's not a big deal for me. I can just, maybe I'll paint it, maybe I won't, who knows. So I think that's really it about this version. To be honest, what do I think about this Emily? Well, she's not perfect, I will say that, but it's not model ruining or anything. I like the details on her. I think she looks so good. It's just every time I look at her boiler, it just doesn't look right for me at all. And I kind of wish, like I said, I really wish this was a prototype, but I can't think off the top of my head why they did this to her boiler. It's a very questionable choice. I will say that. It's a very questionable choice, and I don't know why they went with this direction. And I want to be honest, over the years, from Learning Curve and Mattel's previous Emily, over the years she's very disproportionate. Like, she's always chunky, her boiler's fat, and the splashers goes above her boiler. It just doesn't look right for Emily. But over the years, and especially as a kid, I never disliked the Learning Curve version. As a kid, I've always loved Learning Curve's version of Emily because I grew up with Learning Curve stuff. But of course, as an adult, I do have mixed opinions about some of Learning Curve stuff, like why is Harvey dark brown and why is Bertram don't have a tender and all that stuff. You know what I'm saying? But not all Learning Curves or Mattel's Wind Railway stuff is perfect, but I think that's pretty much it. I'm going to be honest though, at least this version of Emily is different. I like the changes they did, and honestly, I really love the wheel configurations on her. I think that is the first time in Wooden Railway that she is giving a wheel configuration. Because over the years, I'm going to bring it right here, right now. She's always been like this for years, ever since Learning Curve made Emily. And she hasn't changed since 2004. She's always been like this since when Learning Curve made Emily, and when Mattel took over in 2012. She's always been the same. No changes. And then when Mattel discontinued Wooden Railway in 2017, they made the wood version, and she is like this, which is a horrible model. And they made this, and I'm sorry, that does not matter if she's painted or not. This is a horrible version. Like, looking at it now, it's just so pathetic. Really is. She is so small. Her body is so small. Size of Thomas. Come on. But I'm going to be honest. This model is not perfect. She has a lot of mixed opinions from other people. But me personally, I don't think this is a model ruining. It's a very questionable choice of her boiler, of course, but at least she has made some changes. She has given a wheel configuration. At least Mattel did some changes on Emily. She's not perfect. I don't dislike her, but I think she's an okay model. That's all I gotta say. So, thank you all so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this review, and I will see you all in the next one.